Welcome to Wild Earth Creatures, where every creature has a story. Let the adventure begin. As night falls over the wild forests of Tasmania, the silence suddenly breaks. An eerie scream echoes through the trees. Growls rise from the darkness, followed by sharp screeches that sound almost supernatural. To the first European settlers who heard these terrifying sounds, there was only one explanation: they believed something evil lurked in the bush. That frightening reputation inspired the name Tasmanian Devil. But behind the terrifying voice and fearsome appearance lies one of nature's most remarkable survivors, a misunderstood scavenger that has spent thousands of years keeping its ecosystem healthy while fighting against extinction itself. This is the incredible story of the world's largest carnivorous marsupial. Despite its fierce reputation, the Tasmanian Devil is surprisingly small. Most adults weigh between 9 and 29 pounds and measure only about 20 to 31 inches in length. At first glance, it resembles a stocky little black bear with short legs, dark fur, and a thick tail. A white stripe often stretches across its chest, while some individuals also carry patches of white near the base of their tails. Their front legs are slightly longer than the back ones, giving them a powerful stance built more for strength and speed. Their tails reveal something important about their health. Unlike many mammals, Tasmanian devils store fat reserves in their tails. A thick, healthy tail is nature's way of showing the animal has been eating well and has enough energy stored for difficult times when food becomes scarce. But the feature that truly defines this animal is its head. The devil's broad skull houses incredibly powerful jaw muscles, making its bite one of the strongest relative to body size of any living mammal. Those jaws are capable of crushing bones, tearing through thick hide, and consuming nearly every edible part of a carcass. Very little goes to waste. Its scientific name, Sarcophilus harrisii, tells a story of its own. The word sarcophilus comes from Greek and roughly translates to lover of flesh, an appropriate name for an animal famous for eating meat. The second part, harrisii, honors naturalist George Harris, who published one of the earliest scientific descriptions of the species in 1807. Today, their natural home is almost entirely limited to the island state of Tasmania. Its dense forests, coastal scrublands, rocky landscapes, and mild climate provide the perfect habitat for these nocturnal hunters and scavengers. During the day, devils rarely reveal themselves. They retreat into hollow logs, abandoned burrows, rocky crevices, or underground dens, sleeping safely away from danger. Only after sunset do they emerge to begin their nightly search for food. Their dark coat blends almost perfectly into the shadows, making them incredibly difficult to spot as they quietly move through the forest. The Tasmanian devil isn't built for long-distance chases. Instead, evolution equipped it with something far more valuable: exceptional hearing, excellent night vision, a remarkable sense of smell. These powerful senses allow it to locate food hidden deep within the darkness. Whether it's a freshly killed animal or a carcass left behind by another predator, the devil can often detect it long before other scavengers arrive. Because of this role, scientists sometimes describe Tasmanian devils as nature's cleanup crew. By removing dead animals from the environment, they help reduce the spread of disease and recycle valuable nutrients back into the ecosystem. Without realizing it, these noisy scavengers perform one of nature's most important jobs every single night. For generations, people misunderstood the Tasmanian devil. Its terrifying screams, aggressive displays, and powerful bite created an image of a dangerous beast that deserved to be feared. Early settlers believed it attacked livestock and became convinced it was a menace to farms. As a result, thousands were trapped, poisoned, and hunted. What people didn't understand was that the devil was rarely interested in healthy livestock at all. Most of the time, it simply cleaned up animals that were already dead. Ironically, the creature people feared was actually helping keep the wilderness healthy. The misunderstanding didn't end there. In 1954, the world met another Tasmanian devil, this time on television. Warner Brothers introduced audiences to the whirlwind cartoon character known simply as Taz. Wild, loud, and constantly spinning through everything in his path, the animated version became one of the most recognizable cartoon characters ever created. While entertaining, it also gave millions of people a completely exaggerated picture of the real animal. Real Tasmanian devils don't spin like tornadoes. They don't spend their lives attacking everything around them. Instead, they are cautious, intelligent, and surprisingly shy around humans. Most of their dramatic behavior is reserved for encounters with other devils competing over food. Yet the cartoon accomplished something unexpected. It introduced the species to the entire world. Curiosity about the famous cartoon eventually led many people to discover the real animal behind it, an animal whose future would soon depend on public support. Today, the Tasmanian devil stands as one of Australia's greatest conservation symbols. Once feared as a monster of the night, it is now recognised as an essential guardian of Tasmania's fragile ecosystem. But its greatest challenge wasn't misunderstanding. It was survival itself. And the battle that followed nearly pushed this remarkable marsupial to the edge of extinction. As darkness blankets Tasmania, the forest comes alive with an unsettling chorus. Deep growls echo through the trees. Sharp screeches pierce the night, followed by snarls that sound more like a battlefield than a dinner table. It may seem like a vicious fight is underway. In reality, it's simply feeding time. The Tasmanian devil is both a hunter and a scavenger, but scavenging is where it truly excels. Unlike predators that rely on speed or stealth to bring down large prey, the devil takes advantage of every opportunity nature provides. A dead wallaby beside a trail, a bird that didn't survive the night, or leftovers abandoned by another predator, almost nothing edible is ignored. To many people, scavengers may seem unpleasant. Yet without them, forests would quickly become littered with decaying carcasses, creating ideal conditions for harmful bacteria and disease to spread. The Tasmanian devil performs a vital service every single night. By removing animal remains from the landscape, it helps keep Tasmania's wilderness cleaner and healthier for countless other species. Nature has given this marsupial one of the most important jobs in the ecosystem. Finding food in complete darkness is no easy task. Fortunately, the Tasmanian devil is equipped with remarkable senses. Its keen hearing detects even the faintest rustle in the undergrowth. Its sharp eyesight is perfectly adapted to low-light conditions. Most impressive of all is its extraordinary sense of smell, allowing it to detect carcasses from surprisingly long distances. Once the scent of food reaches its nose, the search begins. Some devils may travel several miles during a single night, weaving through forests and scrublands until they reach their next meal. Unlike many carnivores, they are not picky eaters. If it's edible, it's valuable. When a devil finally reaches a carcass, almost nothing is wasted. Powerful jaws slice through thick hide with ease. Razor-sharp teeth tear away muscle before crushing ribs and breaking apart heavy bones. Even fur, tendons, cartilage, and internal organs are swallowed. While many predators consume only the softest portions of an animal, Tasmanian devils recycle nearly every usable part. It's an incredibly efficient survival strategy, especially in environments where meals are unpredictable. Every scrap of nutrition matters. The secret behind this incredible ability lies inside the devil's skull. Compared to its body, the Tasmanian devil possesses one of the strongest bite forces of any living mammal. Its broad head provides room for massive jaw muscles, while its short, sturdy skull creates exceptional mechanical leverage. Instead of relying on speed, evolution invested in raw power. The result is astonishing. A creature no larger than a small dog can generate enough force to crack bones that many larger predators would leave behind. Researchers have even documented devils chewing through thick wire fencing while attempting to escape captivity, a remarkable demonstration of just how powerful those jaws truly are. Their impressive bite serves another purpose beyond feeding. It helps settle arguments. Although Tasmanian devils spend much of their lives alone, food often brings several individuals together. The moment a large carcass appears, the peaceful forest transforms into organized chaos. One devil arrives. Then another. Soon a dozen hungry mouths surround the same meal. Growls become louder. Teeth are displayed. Bodies circle one another as each animal tries to secure the best position. To anyone witnessing the scene for the first time, it might appear that a fierce battle is inevitable. Surprisingly, serious fights are less common than they seem. Despite their fearsome reputation, Tasmanian devils are surprisingly social around food. Each individual constantly assesses the others, judging size, confidence, and determination. Older, stronger animals usually earn the first opportunity to feed. Younger devils often wait patiently for an opening rather than risking a dangerous confrontation. It's less like random violence and more like an unwritten hierarchy. Every growl, posture, and tooth display helps determine who eats first. When food is plentiful, a Tasmanian devil becomes one of nature's most efficient eating machines. An adult commonly consumes around 20% of its own body weight in a single feeding session. During periods of food shortage, that number can double. Some individuals have been recorded eating nearly 40% of their body weight at once. It's a strategy built for survival. The devil never knows when its next meal will appear, so whenever food is available, it makes the most of the opportunity. The extra energy is stored as fat inside the tail, creating a natural reserve that can sustain the animal through lean times. Because of this remarkable efficiency, Tasmanian devils play a much larger ecological role than most people realize. Every carcass they remove helps reduce the spread of disease. Every bone they crush recycles nutrients back into the environment. Every meal they finish leaves fewer opportunities for harmful bacteria to multiply. Far from being villains, these animals are among Tasmania's most effective sanitation workers. Without them, the balance of the island's ecosystem would look very different. Of course, even an animal armed with incredible jaws isn't invincible. Young devils face constant danger from birds of prey and larger predators, while adults must contend with vehicles, habitat loss, and an enemy far more terrifying than anything lurking in the forest. An invisible disease that has devastated populations across Tasmania. For an animal famous for its fierce growls and bone-crushing bite, the Tasmanian devil begins life in an almost unbelievable way. Every year, as Tasmania enters late summer, the breeding season begins. The forests become far more competitive as males search for females ready to mate. Instead of wandering aimlessly, they follow scent markings left on trees and vegetation, each one leading them toward a potential mate. When two rivals cross paths, the peaceful search quickly turns into a contest of strength. Growls rumble through the bush. Sharp screeches echo into the night. Teeth flash as the males size each other up, each determined to prove he is the strongest. The winner earns the opportunity to mate, while the defeated male disappears back into the darkness to continue his search elsewhere. Nature has always rewarded strength in the Tasmanian devil's world. After mating, the female's pregnancy lasts only about 3 weeks. Then comes one of the most astonishing moments in the marsupial world. She can give birth to as many as 50 tiny babies in a single litter. But there's a problem. Each newborn is no larger than a grain of rice, or about the size of a raisin. They are blind, hairless, and completely helpless. And although dozens may be born, the mother has only 4 teats inside her pouch. That means the race for survival begins within minutes of birth. Instinct alone guides the newborns as they crawl toward the safety of the pouch. Only the fastest and strongest successfully attach themselves. For the rest, the journey ends almost as quickly as it began. It is one of nature's harshest survival tests. Life in the wild is never easy. Although adult Tasmanian devils possess one of the strongest bites among mammals their size, young devils face threats from the moment they leave their mother's protection. Large birds of prey, including eagles and powerful owls, can capture inexperienced juveniles. Human activity has introduced even greater dangers. As roads spread across Tasmania, countless devils are struck by vehicles while searching for food after dark. Their nocturnal habits make them particularly vulnerable. But none of these threats compare to what appeared during the 1990s. A silent enemy. One unlike anything scientists had ever witnessed before. It began with small growths around the mouth and face. At first, they seemed harmless. But the tumors continued to grow. Eventually, they became so large that affected devils could no longer eat properly. Many slowly starved to death. The disease became known as devil facial tumor disease, or DFTD. Unlike most cancers, this one is contagious. When devils bite one another during fights or mating, living cancer cells can pass directly from one animal to another. As the disease spread across Tasmania, entire populations began disappearing. In some regions, more than 90% of the devils vanished within only a few years. One of Australia's most iconic mammals suddenly faced the very real possibility of extinction. The numbers were alarming. Only a few decades ago, Tasmania was home to an estimated 140,000 Tasmanian devils. As the disease tightened its grip, that population dropped dramatically. Fortunately, this was not the end of the story. Scientists, wildlife organizations, and the Tasmanian government launched an enormous conservation effort. Healthy devils were relocated to protected breeding programs. Disease-free populations were carefully monitored. Researchers began studying why a small number of devils appeared capable of surviving the disease. Those rare individuals offered something priceless: hope. Not long ago, the Tasmanian devil was one of Australia's most misunderstood animals. Its chilling screams echoed through the forests, its powerful jaws inspired fear, and its fierce appearance convinced early settlers that it was nothing more than a dangerous pest. Farmers blamed it for attacking livestock, and countless devils were trapped, poisoned, or shot. For generations, people believed Tasmania would be better off without them. History would prove just how wrong that belief was. The Tasmanian devil's journey teaches us an important lesson. Throughout history, humans often judged animals by appearances alone. Loud meant dangerous. Ugly meant unwanted. Strange meant feared. But as science replaced myths with understanding, people discovered that this noisy little scavenger was one of Tasmania's greatest allies. Its powerful jaws recycle nutrients. Its appetite helps prevent disease. Its presence keeps nature in balance. Sometimes the creatures we fear most are the ones working hardest behind the scenes. So the next time you hear the name Tasmanian devil, don't picture a mindless whirlwind of destruction. Instead, picture a determined survivor. A fearless scavenger. A guardian of Tasmania's forests. And proof that even the most misunderstood creatures can become powerful symbols of hope when people choose understanding over fear. Because sometimes, the greatest comeback stories aren't written by humans. They're written by nature itself. Enjoying the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss more videos. And share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.